I stole Alex Hormozi's playbook and generated over $200 million in email marketing revenue. Now, Hormozi calls this the value equation. Now, if you don't know what it is a formula that he uses in marketing to turn strangers into buying customers. However, most people think it applies towards creators, info products, SaaS, but it can be applied directly into e-commerce as well. And I personally have used it to help generate over $200 million for my brands. Now, I don't sit and create campaigns using this value equation, but what's crazy is when you look at the emails that actually convert, they all follow this equation in these principles. That's why I'm going to be breaking it down into the 4 parts of this equation and how you can use them in your email marketing to increase your sales. Now, before we head into those emails, we need to understand what this value equation is. And so basically, Hormozi's idea is that there are 4 factors that go into a buying decision. First is the dream outcome that the customer wants. And so you need to show the customer how your product gets the person as close to the dream outcome that they are looking for. Second is how likely that person believes that this dream outcome is possible for them with your product. And here you want to make it seem extremely likely that, hey, this will work for you to get you to this dream outcome. And that's the top half of the equation. Now we have the bottom half of the equation. And so the next factor is reducing the amount of time that it takes somebody to get the dream outcome. People won't buy a weight loss program that takes you 5 years to get to your dream outcome. They care about getting it in 5 weeks. And the last one is how much effort is going to take out of the person. Somebody's going to love a weight loss program where all they have to do is inject themselves every single day versus one where they have to go to the gym for 4 hours every single day. The goal here is to maximize everything on the top half of the equation and reduce everything on the bottom half of the equation. If we can give a dream outcome that somebody loves and make them very confident that it can work for them, reduce the time that it takes for them to achieve that dream outcome, and minimize the effort and risk that it takes on their end, then that right there is what will get you sales. So I'm going to be applying all 4 of these principles into an email marketing welcome flow. This is the perfect flow to use this because this is going to be somebody who joins your list after opting in to some sort of pop-up form where you get their email address. And one by one, we want to hit these points. So first, we're going to start off with the dream outcome.
If we were to think about an ideal outcome, all right, so let's use weight loss because it's an example that most people can understand, all right? So why is it that, let's say you have some things that you can sell for weight loss, like $50,000 surgeries for liposuction, and on the other hand, you've got a $5 ebook that promises a skinny tummy. If they make the same promise, right, which is the dream outcome, number 1, how is it that these 2 things are so different in price, right? Well, it's the other 3 variables, right? Because the dream outcome, people want to lose weight.
The dream outcome is essentially whatever your product promises to people. And so for our first welcome email, we really want to hit home on that idea. It could be to lose weight, to have clear skin, be more productive, or look a certain way. We really want to paint the picture. You don't just want to say like, hey, lose weight. You want to show people what that dream outcome is. And so this is a perfect example of showing that dream outcome right here. We have this product, Bloom, which helps women lose weight. And look at just literally the first thing that you see when you opt into this brand is you are showing like, hey, this could be where you're at now, but look at the dream outcome and painting the product as the solution to that dream outcome. And then you talk about the transformation. Their product was the one that got them to this point. If you're a fashion brand, oftentimes this is also just going to be showing the product. This is a dream outcome, resort ready edit. And the dream outcome here is looking amazing while you're at the resort. And so this email talks all about that and is actually showing the pictures and really showing that dream outcome. They're selling the dream outcome with fantastic imagery and then great pictures and models. This is a dream outcome. Show what your product is doing and what people want from it. And then even explaining a little bit about how that happens. But the goal here is really just to show people exactly what they're looking for. So for your first welcome email, show the end result that people want. Quick note here, I just opened an email marketing community for anybody who just wants to learn email marketing. You can see it's a community here for people to get to know each other, ask questions, all sorts of stuff, get email inspo. I'm posting in here every single day. And in the classroom, there's even a full email marketing course. There are a ton of email templates, over 250 plus templates, and there's a weekly call with me where you can directly ask me questions once a week. The link is in the description. You should check it out, and I look forward to seeing you there and building a relationship with you. All right, so we have the first email, the welcome flow, showing people the dream outcome. Now let's get to the next one, which is increasing people's perceived likelihood of achievement.
If I have 2 people who are selling the same exact thing, let's use a doctor in that weight loss example, like the liposuction guy. And let's say that liposuction guy A, doctor, has done 10,000 surgeries of liposuction. And let's say Dr. B has done 1. Same surgery, same dream outcome. It's gonna take the same amount of time, same amount of effort for you. This guy might even spend more time on you than this guy because he's not as experienced. Which one are you gonna go with? Probably the 10,000 guy. Why? because of the perceived likelihood of achievement. We have lower risk associated with making this purchase because we believe that if we give this money, we're going to have the outcome that we desire. And so if you think through this in terms of your own products, you're like, am I doing a good enough job before the purchase of increasing someone's perceived likelihood of achievement? Because in a very real way, that confers itself or it translates into higher prices. This guy, even though it probably takes him less time to do the surgery, he actually can charge more than this guy.
People could see some sort of dream outcome like seeing some person lose 200 pounds, but we need to show people how it is actually very likely that they are going to achieve those results. Make it so obvious to them that if I use this product, I'm going to get this dream outcome. The best way to do that is with social proof. Testimonials, reviews, ratings, media publications, anything that proves to the customer that you work. But just throwing like generic testimonials is not going to work. People need stories. Customers are getting hit with hundreds and hundreds of marketing messages every single day. So you really need to stand out, and you can't just do the classic like testimonial, testimonial, testimonial. Make it good. We want social proof that is going to tackle objections. Let's walk through some examples of emails that increase a customer's perceived likelihood of achievement with your product. This is one direction that I see work super well, and this is the long transformational testimonial. Again, people see all sorts of just like quick testimonials and they mean nothing. But if somebody sees this and they're like, oh my gosh, this customer put together literally an essay for this brand, just reviewing the product just because, that means a lot. This product must work. And so literally just having some sort of email like this or marketing messaging with just like long customer stories or testimonials work really well. And the thing that's great about these long testimonials is they overcome objections and issues that the customer might be experiencing. Like this one, yes, it does work for 12 hours. Like this person who I've tried a few other good companies and I was disappointed and had to go back to the chemical ones. People say it takes time to get used to the natural deodorant and understand how it works, but man, it surprised me. Just this real awesome story right here, and people will actually trust and believe that. Here's another welcome email example, mixing in social proof. Notice how the testimonials featured here aren't just like, this product is great. It talks about relatable situations, like he stopped enjoying his dry kibble, but now this dude feels like a pup again because he loves this product. And then issues that the customer's dog might be having, arthritis, allergies, and activity level, and how it all improved with this product. This is the social proof that actually works. You don't need to overcomplicate this one, just show as many other people who are seeing success with the product so that the customer can then relate it to them. That is how you master the second part of the value equation with an email, which is increasing customers' perceived likelihood of achievement. Now, once we've shown the dream outcome and then we've increased the customer's perceived likelihood of achievement of getting to that dream outcome, the third value we have to deal with is the time delay.
If you have two agencies that are side by side and they both say, hey, I'm gonna do some marketing for you and I'm gonna get your phone to ring, one way or another. Marketing agency A says, okay, now that we're doing this, you're gonna have to start, recording lots of ads for us, and we're gonna be meeting 3 times a week, an hour each time, and you're probably gonna take 4 hours a week to record these ads for us, and it's gonna take us 60 days to get this stuff done. At day 60, your phone starts ringing from the ads that they do, okay? Marketing agent number 2. You sign the paper, and as soon as you sign the paper and they process your credit card, your phone rings and it's a lead. Within seconds. Same product, time collapse. And so one of the easiest things, I had a mentor once say this, he said, one of the easiest ways to figure out what product to sell is look at the products everyone else is selling and deliver the same thing in half the time.
Now for most e-commerce brands, there's kind of like not a lot you can do about shipping and time delay of somebody like getting the product. For your fashion delay, for example, like you're limited by how soon somebody gets the product. But that's not necessarily what we mean by time delay. We care about the dream outcome, how soon somebody will achieve that dream outcome once they get your product. For example, for fashion, we want to talk to people about how the second you put this on, you are going to feel confident. For supplement brands, we want to talk about these are some of the benefits that you're going to notice right off the bat. We need to change the perception of how soon somebody's going to feel these results. And that's one thing that we want to make sure that we address in email number 3 within our Alex Hormozi value equation email welcome flow. Here's something, for example, for creatine. A lot of people think that creatine takes months for you to feel the effects. But this brand addresses it by doing something like this, showing how soon as week 2. What you might be noticing, your last reps feel slightly less brutal, you have more recovery between sets, mental steadiness, and workouts feel more consistent. In week 3, the compounding starts to show up. And so you're really showing to people how soon they see these results, decreasing the time it takes to achieve this. Going back to this email, you can use this in your messaging. You could create a whole email just around this testimonial, being like, her first time eating this product, she had both paws in the bowl, holding it down as she licked and cleaned the bowl. Really just showing people that it doesn't take time for people to see these effects. Your goal here in this messaging is to also make it known that people will receive the results and the dream outcome fast. Make it known. So now that you've managed timeline expectations, the final variable that we want to address is effort and sacrifice.
Let's say marketing agency A and B, and I said A had, you have to three meetings a week, and you've got 4 hours to deliver us copy and creative and whatever, right? Versus the other agency that's like, oh, we've already tested all the stuff for your industry, and we've got videographers and whatnot who can already just start running the stuff. Like, you just pass and it's taken care of. How much more valuable is the guy who takes none of your effort and sacrifice? Takes no effort on your part to make this outcome occur.
This is where most e-commerce brands make one of two mistakes. Either they make their products seem just too complicated to use, or they don't address effort required at all. But that creates friction that just kills conversions. See, customers who are already overwhelmed with their daily routines, they need to know how easy this is going to be to incorporate, which means minimize the perceived effort as much as possible. Answer all uncertainty about your product. Make it as simple as possible, because every question that is not answered by the customer increases the risk, the effort, and the sacrifice in their mind. For example, if I go to the creatine example, if I don't know absolutely everything about creatine, I am viewing buying creatine as a risk because it's like, I don't know everything about it. So it's your goal to address all these questions and do heavy education. Cover all the educational points, answer FAQs, and make it easier for someone to achieve the dream outcome. Now, we're talking about all these emails, but you have to implement them and send them in a platform. And I recommend you check out OmniSend. It's a great priced platform for sending all your emails, and it's specific to e-commerce brands. You can see inside the dashboard right here how it looks in the setup. It's super clean and easy to analyze. You've got all your flows just like any other ESP, but this, in my opinion, is the best bang for your buck and the best value. You can go to omnisend.com/max and you get 30% off your first 3 months. Check out OmniSend. Back to the video. Like I said, some people don't want to buy your product because there's risk because they don't know everything about it. That's where the FAQ email like this comes into play. For example, this product is a little bit complex in how like the tech works behind it. So some people are gonna have questions like, I don't wanna buy this because I'm gonna have to learn this app. And so it seems risky, like what if I buy this but I can't operate it? And so doing an FAQ like this, just heavy education, and again, reducing the risk with things like highlighting the return policy in the warranty, like if you don't like it, then you have this. And so it's really just reducing that risk by hyper educating people. That's where the FAQ email really comes in handy. Here's another one that you could do. If you have like some sort of warranty or guarantee right here, like this, like your product is backed for life. If it gets lost, stolen, damaged, dog ate it, we'll send you a new one completely for free. If you lose your product, then you are going to get a new one. That's a great way to overcome this, because a lot of people like, I don't want to buy an expensive wallet because I'm just going to lose it. Well, if you do lose it, this brand sends you it for free. So that's a great way to overcome this. And the last thing also you want to hit on is just making it as simple as possible in reducing the effort that somebody has to put in. So taking creatine or taking some sort of supplement can seem like a lot, and there's a lot of things that maybe that you have to put into it. But no, here's like an email just talking about, hey, let's keep this simple. Here's the dosage, just use 5 milligrams daily. For timing, don't worry about it. As long as you take it daily. And the method, it doesn't really matter. All you have to do is mix it with a liquid right here. Just education, making it super simple for the customer and reducing the effort that it takes for them. This is a great email and great bit of information as well to include in your welcome flow. So let's take it from the beginning. If we were to create a welcome flow using Alex Hormozi's value equation directly, we'd have the first email show the dream outcome. Show everybody what's going to happen when you use this product. And then email 2, we're going to increase their perceived likelihood of achieving it by having a ton of social proof, featuring customer reviews, customer transformations, and making them actually good, not just like some testimonial slop. And third, we are going to decrease the time it takes to get that dream outcome. We're going to make it known that compared to alternatives, you will receive that outcome fast. So if you're a clothing brand, right when you wear this product, you are going to have immediate confidence boosts. For a supplement brand, you're going to feel this effect in X amount of time. Decrease that time delay that it takes to get to that dream outcome. And then lastly, we're going to overcome effort and sacrifice that somebody's going to take. We're going to show them how stupid simple it is, and we're going to educate them on every possible question that they might have. If somebody doesn't know everything about a product, they view it as risky. So we need to tell them everything about it and make it stupid simple. That is how we use Alex Hormozi's value equation to create emails that convert. Hope you liked that video, but just implementing this framework isn't enough. You need to make sure you have the right flows in place and you have the right infrastructure in place. So if you want to see how to set up this infrastructure correctly, check out this next video breaking down email marketing flows, how to make more money from your email list. Watch this video next. I'll see you over there. Thank you so much for watching.